I'm Aisha, and I got married to my husband who lives in America over Zoom, even though we haven't met in person yet. We started talking because I approached him, put on my big girl pants, and I messaged him first. I got his information from his mum, and then messaged him. He messaged me back, and then kind of just went from there. I think my first impressions were that it was really weird because I remember when we first spoke on the phone, and I think we both kind of expected it to be awkward because like we'd only really messaged each other and we'd never heard each other's voices or spoke, but it was kind of like we'd already spoke to each other before, like it wasn't like it was the first time that we spoke to each other. And I think the first impression was just how easy it was for us to talk to each other. Like there was no awkward silences. It wasn't like there was nothing awkward about it. I think we realised like pretty fast that it was turning into something more than just being friends. Well, to be fair, because it was like literally only a couple of weeks after we first started talking where we turned it into a relationship, not just friends. So I think it was pretty, it kind of naturally just went into that. Like it was just, I don't know, it was kind of just like, that's what it was supposed to be from the start. It wasn't, I don't know, it was pretty fast that's just what it turned into. Date nights, the difference. So we have like some date nights where we don't really do anything different. Like we'll just be on the phone FaceTiming and we'll play Fortnite or we'll watch a movie. But when it's a date night, like it doesn't matter what we're doing, we don't answer the phone to anybody else, like any text or anything. We just talk to each other. Whereas other times we might get dressed up and we'll order each other's food. Like he'll order for me, I'll order for him, but we don't tell each other what we're ordering. Or sometimes we try and order the same thing so that we're eating the same thing. But yeah, most times we don't really do anything mega special. It's just, we just kind of make sure that we're just having time for each other. So I didn't tell my parents for a little while. I think just because I didn't really know myself exactly where it was going to go or exactly how long it was going to go on for. Because I mean, anyone's like that when you get into a relationship. Like you don't know how long it's gonna last for. But then I think it was my dad, because obviously there's like a 5-hour time difference. So because obviously I still live with my parents, so he'd walk past my room at like 3 o'clock in the morning and he'd hear me on the phone. And I think one day he just came up to me and he was like, so who's this guy that you're on the phone to, like until the early hours of the morning? And then I told them, and I think they were like a little bit reserved at first just because he's there, I'm here. We hadn't met each other. But then obviously the more I was on the phone to him, the more they were talking to him as well because they were here. And I think obviously the more that they got to know him as well, they kind of were okay with it, and like they came around because they knew him.